Hello, I'm Sam Orlich, product specialist here in Madrid, Spain for Heritage Audio, and today we'll be going over a new model from our Elite series, the HA-73x2. Let's go over the different connections on the back side of the HA-73x2. Okay, first thing you're going to want to do is take your power supply, included power supply, plug that in. So you get some juice to the unit. Then you would take, for example, a signal in this case, we're going to use a microphone, and we'll slip that into the microphone input right here. You also have the line input. Both of these do go on to a transformer, as well as the output has its own transformer as well. Okay, then now you've got your signal going in there. We're going to need we'll grab another XLR cable. You take the female end of that, slip that into the output, take the male end, and you're going to want to plug that into your sound card or interface. Or maybe you're using a tape machine. You can plug it in there as well. And that should do it. Now you're ready to go. Okay, now I'd like to go over the different features that the HA-73x2 has to offer. First thing we're going to see here is a jack input. This is a DI, which is very convenient for your instruments, be it bass, guitar, keyboard, whatever. Next up is our gain input knob, and this is a hardy 80 dBs of gain, so you should have no problem covering any source at all. And this is with 5 dB passes. And this is a 2-stage amplification here. Our famous Class A, 3-stage when you include the output. Okay, next up, button on top here is a pad button. That's simply minus 20 dBs. Right below that, you've got the low Z option. Now, normally this works at 1200 ohms. However, if we select this button, that'll drop us down to 300 ohms. Much lower, which can be really helpful if you're working with older microphones, especially ribbons. But it can also come in handy for some creative control, different tones. Okay, next up would be the 48-volt button for your phantom power for condenser microphones. Directly below that, you'll see a line button. And what this does, this will take the line input on the back as opposed to the microphone input. Over here we've got the high pass filter, and this is a simple minus 3 dBs at 82 Hertz. And then right below that is the phase button. That simply flips the polarity 180 degrees. The very last thing you're going to see here is our output, and this is fully adjustable continuously. So you can set exactly the adequate level for whatever is going to follow this. Maybe it's your DAW, maybe it's a compressor, an EQ, whatever. And then really, you just got the exact same set of controls and features duplicated. As we mentioned, this is the 2-channel version. So you've got 2 identical set of controls. Okay, one other thing we'd like to mention is that we also offer another model identical to this, but just a single channel version, a mono version, called simply the HA-73. Well, I hope that clears things up. Nonetheless, if you still have any questions or doubts, you can always get in contact with us through our webpage.